Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with me. So I want to say thank you and I appreciate you. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you could give the video a like and subscribe, and you can see all my future videos. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm using Gel X tips today and I'm using a peel off base coat. So I've already prepped my nails and done 2 coats of that on my natural nails, and now I'm just applying it to the tips. I'm using my gooseneck lamp, put some gel into the well of the tip, and I'm just rocking it on at a 45-degree angle, flash curing it. And I'll do the same on every finger, and then once I'm done, I'll put it in the lamp for a full 60-second cure. And once I've done that, I'll take it out of the lamp, and I'm just wiping them down with isopropyl alcohol to get rid of the sticky layer. And I'm going to go in with my e-file around the cuticle area using a skinny mandrel bit, just getting rid of any excess glue and blending the tip into my nail. I'll then buff the surface of the nail. And once the surface is all buffed, I'm just going to get my hand file and just take those little knobbly bits off the ends and make sure the shape's just right. And then dust them off and give them a wipe down with some alcohol and a lint-free wipe, because we don't like dust. And I'm going to go in with some base coat, the 5-in-1, just so our gel's got something nice to stick to and it gives the nails a little bit of extra strength. And then we'll cure that for 60 seconds. And I'm going in with Bonfire from the gel bottle. And then we're going in with Jungle on the ring finger, also from the gel bottle. We did 2 coats of that and cure in the lamp for 60 seconds between layers. And now I'm going to go over them all as usual with a matte top coat, so we've got something nice to do our artwork on. And I'm using the jungle to do our stripes, the same jungle that's on the ring finger. Just adjusting the camera there. And I'm just going to do my stripes, and I do this on the little finger. I'm using I think it's a 12mm liner brush, and I'll do that. I'll do several stripes on the little finger, and then I'll do the same on the thumb, and I'm just going to leave you to watch. I did flash cure the lines as I went along, and then did a full 60-second cure at the end. And now I'm going in with my sculpting gels, clays, whatever you want to call them. I didn't have much of that skin color left, so I'm just mixing it with some of the clear. And I've got my little latex thingy my bob. You saw there I gave it a wipe with alcohol, not just to clean it, but just to stop the gel from sticking to it. And now I'm using a silicone bit just to mold it and get it in a shape that I want. Here comes Jack with his ball. So I apologise if you hear squeaking. And I'm just using my cuticle pusher to give it some texture. You know, we love a bit of texture. I just want it to look like Freddy's skin, where it's all kind of scarred and it's all bumpy and gross. I've not done it exactly the same as you saw in the video where he cuts himself. It's just one slash. I've just done some sections, but I'll leave you to watch. And once I'm happy with that, I cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now we're going in with Aphrodite's Lover from Nail Reserve LA. And I'm just going to, sorry if you can hear Jack yapping in the background. Because although I've used that flesh colour, I decided I wanted it to, it wasn't really quite the colour I wanted. So I'm going to use this instead. Filling it all in the little cracks, nooks and crannies in. And once I've done that, I'll put that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now I'm going in with Diva to fill in those crevices to make it look kind of bloody and gross. And now to create that kind of gross pussy look, I'm using G001 and Lime Punch from the gel bottle to make that kind of pussy green colour. It's gross. And once I'm happy with how gross that's looking, I've stuck it in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. And now we're going to make some maggots. How lovely. I decided to mix the last of that skin deep colour just so we get that maggoty, that horrible colour. And I'm going to roll it out into a skinny sausage, a little worm, and cut the little bits off so that they look like maggots. And then I'll stick those little things in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. I'm just watching this and my fingers look so dry and gross. It's where I've been wiping them with alcohol. So they look all white and ashy. And once they've been cured, I'm going to use my extra thick top coat to stick them on. Also, adding that thick top coat over the top of the pussy bit makes it look all wet and gross. Because that's what we want. We want it to look disgusting. I was going to attempt to paint some ridges on the maggots before I put them on, but I decided to wait until they're on and then I'll do that. I'm just using my little tweezers to place them. Don't they look gross? It looks horrible, but that's what we want. Don't they look gross with all the little ridges? I don't know what it is about maggots. Well, I do know what it is. They're just so gross and they make me feel a bit ill. So I'm just adding some more of the pussy stuff now, putting a little bit on the maggots, and then I'll drip some down the nail as well. So it looks like it's oozing. Ugh. And once I'm happy with that, I cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds, and now I'm going over all of it with some matte top coat. And I'll put that in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. And now we're doing, I missed a little bit, so I'm afraid, sorry, it was out of frame. But I'm doing the, the iconic Elm Street sign. That's why we painted that nail green. And I'm just using some white and my liner brush to do the outline of the sign. I've just got a little bit of alcohol on my cotton swab to clean it up so it looks nice and crisp. And once I'm happy with that, once again, I'm going to stick that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then we're going to start doing the letters. I have, at this point, done it a few times and wiped it off. I really need to keep practicing my letter work because it is where I struggle. But I've been making sure that the last few sets that I have done lettering just so I can practice and get better. I'd just gone to the park and don't they look gorgeous in the light? I love that red so much. But this was just a little dog walk interval. And then we get back home and get back to it. Back to the 3D clay sticking to my gloves and then me losing my mind. We're going to be using this 3D clay now to make the phone. If you saw the thumbnail, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to mix the green with the clear. Not sure why, because I'm going to paint over it anyway, but you know, here we are. I'm using my cuticle pusher as my spatula to mix it up. I think it starts to get stuck a little bit. Yeah. I've cut a piece. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. That's my dog playing with a toy. I've rolled it into a little sausage, and now I'm going to use my silicone tool to mold it into a rectangle. I'm using my tweezers as well because you know I just use whatever I've got at hand that I feel like will be useful. But I'm making like an you know 90s 80s style phone. I really enjoyed this, and I enjoy the cord. That was fun to make. But I'll be quiet and let you watch and see what I do. And once I'm happy with it, I stick it in the lamp and cure for 60 seconds, and then give it a wipe down with some alcohol. And I'm just using my hand file just to smooth out the edges so that they're nice and crisp. And again, wiping it down with isopropyl alcohol just to get rid of all the dust before we paint it. I'm going to use my tweezers to hold it because it's little and fiddly. I'm using another glass from Nail Reserve LA. And I'm just whacking it on there. And I do 2 coats of that, curing for 60 seconds between each layer. And I repeat the same process for the, what was it? What do they call it? The other bit's the handset. This is the base, I think you would call it. But yeah, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I was just getting some alcohol on my fingers there because it just stops it from sticking. And I'm using my silicone tool to make the kind of the cradle. That's it. I knew it would come to me, to make the little indents in it where the phone would rest in it. And doing the same once I'm happy, curing for 60 seconds, giving it a wipe, and then using my hand file to refine the shape. I don't show it, but I did the same with the handpiece as well. And once I taken it off the silicone mat, I flipped it over and put it back in again. I forgot to mention that, sorry. Just because the solid colour gels don't always cure all the way through, the silicone mat stops the light from getting through. Oh, dropping it there, but just refining the shape. And you can see, like with the last one, I've given it 2 coats of paint with the another glass from Nail Reserve LA, and I'm now top coating it with matte top coat. And I'm going to draw on, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this or if you've ever seen one of these phones. I remember because I used to have one. They used to have a little piece of card on the phone cradle, and you could write, important numbers on there, like your mum's number or whatever. So yeah, I'm just painting the little white card in there. And add in a few dots on the handpiece for the holes where the sound would come out. And now I've got some more of the clay. It's called Skin Deep, to make the fleshy bit that goes around the phone. And I'm just struggling because it's got really sticky. My hands are warm and so annoying. But we try again. Literally looks like chewing gum there. It's gross, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. It's all stuck in the charms of my nails, under my nails, all of my fingers. Lovely jubbly. I do love to make a mess. I figured it out now. I'm trying my best not to touch it with my hands and just use a silicone tool. And now I'm using a brush with some isopropyl alcohol to mold it onto the phone. And I'm just using my cuticle pusher again to add some texture to it, making kind of the mouth hole so I can attach the tongue afterwards. And I'm using my tweezers there just to poke some holes in it to make it all gross and lumpy. I'm using this bubblegum pink to make the tongue. I don't know why I used all these different colours of clay because I paint over them all, but I guess I just felt like it, so I did. Also, I'm running low on the clear, so I just want to use my colours. But I'm just moulding that into the shape of a really long tongue. I'm going to make it look gruesome. And after the majority of that faffing, I ended up losing the shape that I gave it while attaching it. But it doesn't matter. I haven't cured it, so I can fix it. And once I'm finally happy with it, I'm curing it in my flashy lamp because I didn't trust myself to get it in the big lamp without smushing it. I did stick it in the big lamp afterwards for another full 60 seconds. I just used the flashy lamp to freeze it in shape. And now I'm going around the tongue just to add some more flesh kind of thing. I've run out of that skin coloured one, so I'm just using clear. I'm going to paint over it anyway. And once I'm happy with that, I cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now I'm going in with Aphrodites Lover to give it the same flesh colour as the maggoty bit. And once I was happy with that, I cured it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now I'm going over the pink tongue with some white gel polish just because I want it to be kind of a fleshy colour. And I think that bright pink will shine through this colour that I'm putting on now, which is B020 from the gel bottle. It doesn't have a name, just letters and numbers. And I'm going to do 2 coats of that, curing for 60 seconds in between. I'll finish the phone and put that to the side, and now I'm going to draw the speech bubble in white using 18mm liner brush. I'm just using the main brush to fill it in because it's quicker. And I do 2 coats of that because the red peeks through a little bit. And now I'm going in with my liner brush again, and we're going to do the letters because I am trying to do lots of letters, like I said before, and work on my lettering. You see, I've done the horizontal, the vertical, sorry, I couldn't think what was horizontal and what was vertical then. I've done all the vertical lines that I can. Oh God, my dogs just won't be quiet right now. Every time I do a voiceover, they do this. Sorry, so I've done all the vertical lines just to space it out so I can make sure it's in the middle. And then I'm going to go in and fill the rest after wiping it away because I don't like it. And I'm just writing, I'm your boyfriend now. If you've seen the film, or you might not remember, when he's on the phone to her and sticks his tongue out and puts it in her face, he says, I'm your boyfriend now. She was crying because he'd just killed her boyfriend. So yeah, that's that. And now I'm using McCart rhinestone glue to attach the phone to the nail. I do in a second decide that trying to stick both pieces at the same time isn't going to work, so I do one and then the other. And I'm just using my little flashy gooseneck lamp thing to freeze it in place, and then I cure it in the lamp for a full 60 seconds once I've got both pieces on. And now I'm just adding the number buttons with a dotting tool. I'm not going to write the numbers because they're just too tiny. And now I'm adding some of the Bonfire red to the fleshy bit on there because his flesh is all scarred and gross. And I'm using that same red, the Bonfire red, and I'm going to draw the line in the middle of the tongue. Just that kind of shadowed line in the middle of your tongue that you have. But obviously everything on this is exaggerated, so it's a lot darker. And I just decided to do a line around the tongue and the flesh just to kind of give the illusion of like the shadow of the mouth and just separate the tongue and the flesh. And I'm just splodging some of that red on there, and I'm going to use my thick clear top coat and just kind of smush it around to give the tongue a bit of texture. And you'll see here now I'm trying to give the illusion of like dribble and make the tongue look like wet and gross. I'm going to do a drip of saliva with that extra thick top coat. I'm having to hold it at an angle there to try and get the drippy look. I thought I was being clever here by using this cord to make the phone cord, and then I realised how am I going to get it off. Luckily, I have loads of these little charging cords. They're the ones that come with most of our tools. You know, they come for like the little flashy lights and stuff like that. So yeah, I have to cut it because I can't get it off. But I didn't mind because I don't actually know what this cord was for. I've got loads of them, so I wasn't worried about sacrificing it. And I'm just going to pull it off, and then I'll attach it. And once I've decided where I'm going to place it, I'm going to use my McCart rhinestone glue again to attach the phone cord. And once I'm happy and it's stuck on there, I'm going to paint it blue as well to match the phone. And I'm using another glass from Noah's Overlay as well, the same as what I used on the phone handle and cradle. And once I'm happy with that, curating the lamp for 60 seconds. I did do 2 coats of that, and now I'm going over it with a matte top coat. And that brings us to the end of the video. What do you guys think? What's your favourite now? I love the tongue. I can't decide between the tongue and the phone or the maggots. I'm not sure. I love all of it. Not the biggest fan of my lettering, but you know, practice makes progress. We'll keep trying. And I'm sorry that I've left it late to upload this. I know it is after Halloween, but I had so much fun making these. I didn't want to not post them. I did do them before Halloween, but it's just taken me a while to get around to editing them. But there we are. If you haven't already, please do give the video a little thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. It makes my day, and then you get to see more videos from me. Well, I hope you had a nice Halloween, and I guess now it's time to start the Christmas nails. So I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.